So many great sponsors here on the PPA Tour that make this professional pickleball possible, and free viewing for all of our YouTube viewers at home. A big shout out to them for making the Pro Tour possible. Here we've got two players that everyone loves to watch. We've got Ben Johns teaming up with Leigh Waters to take on junior phenomena Hayden Patriquin and his partner Yana Grechkina, now known as Yana Newell. Many people might be wondering why Ben and Leigh Waters don't have a #1 seed coming into this event. The reason that is we take a ranking over a 52-week period. We take the best 16 results from PPA Tour events. Leigh Waters and Ben Johns have a couple zeros in that 52-week calendar, where Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova just have a few more points that give them that #1 seed. If Ben Johns and Leigh Waters are able to win the Club Tournament of Champions, it will take them to the #1 mixed doubles team in the world. Ben Johns and Leigh Waters are beginning to be known for their matching outfits that accompany their stellar play. The ball flips over to Ben, serving at 1-0 here in game #1. And a huge exchange and a backhand from the middle from Leigh Waters. Watch her put this ball away. That's the no-no zone.
2-0-1.
This is the second time I've seen the pairing of Patriquin and Newell. They played together earlier this year at the Foot Solutions Arizona Grand Slam in beautiful Mesa, Arizona, and they had themselves quite the run. They made it to the quarterfinals and also to the bronze medal match, where they ended up taking 4th place. But they were crowd favorites down there, and I believe they'll be crowd favorites here as well. And a quick hands exchange there that Patriquin gets the best of Ben Johns on. And the pressure was all applied there with a bad third shot. It kept Newell and Patriquin back, and Ben Johns and Leigh Waters were able to continue to put enough pressure on their opponents to keep them away from the net. Patriquin and Newell electing to play Yana straight up with Leigh on the left side of the court. Or sorry, Leigh playing the right, Yana playing with the left, which gives them the straight up pairing. They decide to change here, moving Patriquin to the left, and he misses just long. When you play a team like Ben Johns and Leigh Waters, they really force you to just go for a little bit more than you feel like you would if you were playing somebody else. You have to be on, you have to be hitting your shots, or else it's tough. It's tough to play the world's #1 players. We'll be back right after a few short messages from our sponsors. And a quick little shot of our crowd here gathering on Championship Court, hanging out under the red umbrellas, matching the red, white, and blue theme here at the Tournament of Champions. This is a historic event for pickleball, the first ever prize money tournament in the history of the sport, founded by John Gulo. It's a tournament that all the players come back to year over year, and they love participating in beautiful Utah. And this is a town, guys, that loves their pickleball. When you watch Leigh Waters and Ben Johns play, they're quick to speed the ball up, and they're ready for that ball to come back, for that second or third ball on the exchange. They initiate a lot of speed ups, which leads to a lot of offense and a lot of points, a lot of pressure for their opponents. And Yana with a great hands battle there. She was able to put the ball at Lee's feet, and she wasn't quite able to reset that ball. They're serving here at 1-4. Hayden Patriquin caught me off guard a couple days ago warming up. He looks like he's probably grown 8 to 12 inches over the last couple months from the last time I saw him in San Clemente. Really hit a little growth spurt here. And the height should help tremendously with pickleball. Just having a couple more inches on that reach are so big for those balls that may be a little bit high. And an overhead to the short corner by Ben, and the ball comes back over to Leigh. Leigh plays with a Paddletech Bantam, while Ben plays with his signature Yola. One of the hottest paddles on the market right now. You're seeing it everywhere. You don't see that one-hander too often from Leigh Waters. She uses the one-hand attack right there. Great shot.
Second serve.
And the lob cell's just long. Second serve here for Ben Johns.
7-2-2.
Inside out to the left hip of Patriquin. Great job attacking that ball that was just a bit too high.
8-2-2.
This is a quarterfinal match here we're watching on Championship Court. Let me take a look here at the bracket, and I can update you guys with a few results that are also happening here throughout the day. We have a new feature on ppatour.com. You can jump to the main page of ppatour.com and you can click results. It's going to show you a great bracket view of what's happening, who's next up on Championship Court, and what's been happening throughout the day. The next quarterfinal we're going to have out on Championship Court is going to be one you guys are not going to want to miss. It's going to be a ton of firepower. We're going to have Jesse Irvin and Jay DeVilliers taking on Catherine Parento and Colin Johns.
Ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 goes to
our other quarterfinal is going to be Kovalova and Wright taking on Waters and McGuffin. That's going to be Leigh Waters. And we await our other 2 quarterfinals. So we're here in quarterfinal number 1. Ben Johns and Leigh Waters on top here in game number 1. We'll be back with more action after a few quick messages from our sponsors.
Game 2, time in. 0-0-2.
Bring me the jigsaw to the commentator booth. It's a hot one here, just north of Salt Lake City, Utah, here in Brigham City. Ben Johns and Leigh Waters jump out to a quick game 1 win of 11-2, and they're already on the board 1-0 here in game number 2. My colleague came over to the commentating booth, and he wanted me to clarify the way the PPA Tour points and seedings work are upon how each individual has played in mixed doubles over the 52-week period. So it doesn't matter how you're performed with your current partner you're playing with. You would take Ben Johns' points over a 52-week period, combine them with Leigh Waters' points over a 52-week period, taking your best 16 results, and that would give you the seed. That gave them the number 2 seed, as Kovalova and Wright have more points over the last 52-week period than Annalie Waters and Ben Johns do combined. That would change here after this tournament if Ben Johns and Annalie Waters are able to get a victory here at the Club Tournament of Champions. It's worth 1,000 points here on the PPA Tour. That makes it a top 10 professional pickleball tournament, and it means a lot to these players. It's going to help with seedings, with standings, with appearance fees. So players are playing for a lot more than just the prize money here today. They're playing for bragging rights and who can be on the top of that leaderboard moving forward as we progress throughout the season.
Second serve. 2-2-2. Side out. Two, 1.
And a great Ernie there from Annalie Waters. You see she goes to the one hand instead of her traditional 2-hand backhand just for that extra 2-inch reach. If you're going for a backhand Ernie, it makes a lot of sense to take that second hand off the paddle just because you get another 2, 3, 4 inches on that reach, where that left hand is more for stability and more of a compact swing. Great footwork and great read by Annalie Waters there. Wow, Ben Johns doing Ben Johns things there. Did you see that? Absolutely phenomenal with pulling that ball out wide. Patriquin and Newell able to be there for that ball. But that shot is disgusting. He's able to hide it. He can go up the line. He can go slice. He can go middle. He can go wide angle. And that's one of the reasons why Ben Johns is Ben Johns. It's just the disguises he has where you don't know where he's going to go till he's already gone there. We're at 3-2-1 here. Newell and Patriquin playing strong here in game number 2.
Second serve.
Let's see if they can push the number 2 seed here. Ball comes back over to Newell. It's taking me some time to say that. I'm used to Grechkina, but it is now Yana Newell. Married fellow pickleball pro Ben Newell a couple months back. Now embracing the last name. Hayden, someone to keep an eye on coming up the ranks the next couple years. He really made a name for himself late last season. He's had a terrific first half of the year, taking pickleball very seriously. Now jumping to home school, jumping around, playing as many tournaments as he possibly can, and really improving his game. Each and every time I see him play, I'm more and more impressed, and he's somebody we're going to see for a long time here on the pro circuit. Just needs to be a little bit more composed, a little bit more confident with his shots. And it looks like he's going to take a timeout there after dumping a backhand dink into the net. Let's go ahead and take a break and a quick message from our sponsors that make this tour possible. We'll be right back to you with more action from Brigham City, Utah, here in a minute. Here in Salt Lake. All right, we're back here. After taking a timeout, a good timeout here, we've got a side out. Yana Newell and Hayden Patriquin get the ball back, serving here at 2-5. It looks like we have 3 quarterfinal matches now ready to be played. We're going to try to bring all of those to you here on Championship Court. The next match we're going to see is going to feature Jessie Irvin and Jocelyn DeVilliers. They're the number 3 seed. They're going to be taking on the number 6 seed, Catherine Parento and Colin Johns. Catherine Parento and Colin Johns had a great showing the last tournament we played. They played in Orange County at the Orange County Cup at Rancho San Clemente Lifetime. They almost punched a ticket into Championship Sunday, but fell just short. They're getting comfortable playing together, and that could be a tricky matchup for Jocelyn and Jessie. After that match, we have another quarterfinal that's came in. It's our number 1 seed, Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright. They'll be moving on to take on Leigh Waters, mother of Annalie Waters, and her partner Tyson McGuffin. Following that match, this one might be the one I'm eyeing the most. We have hometown hero Callie Smith taking on AJ Kohler against the brother-sister combo, Riley Newman and Lindsay Newman. You heard it right, folks. Riley Newman decides to play this event not with Catherine Parento, but Lindsay Newman for the brother-sister matchup against hometown hero Callie Smith and AJ Kohler. Those are the next 3 matches coming to you live here from the John Gulo Championship Court here at the Tournament of Champions. Annalie Waters flies over and a great reset from Patriquin. And Yana just dumps that ball into the net. That's something that Annalie Waters brings that not a lot of other women on tour do. She is so aggressive, and she's not scared to go get any ball that's hanging up there high, as she decides to do the smash and crash method again there with a little shake and bake.
9-3-1.
And that's going to do it here for game number 2. The number 2 seed Ben Johns and Annalie Waters jump out to a great win. That's going to advance them to a quarterfinal match coming up here pretty soon again. But next up is going to be a fantastic match. It's going to be Jocelyn DeVilliers and Jessie Irvin taking on Colin Johns and Catherine Parento. We'll be right back here at the Tournament of Champions after a few short messages.